Hi there, Kath Gammack, rig market analyst with Westwood Global Energy, here with a quick recap on some of the offshore rig market news during the period 24th up to and including the 30th of January. The past week saw Noble announce new awards totaling $1.3 billion, including a strategic entry into the Norwegian floater market, while Seadrill announced a contract extension in Brazilian waters, adding $114 million in backlog, and WellSafe Solutions picking up additional work for 2 of its drilling units. Neonext Energy exercised the 180-day option for mid-water semi-sub WellSafe Guardian. The extension will commence in direct continuation of the prevailing 180-day firm term that was awarded in September last year, meaning the campaign will now run for 360 days and is anticipated to kick off in March this year. Ultra-deepwater semi-sub Noble Great White landed a new 3-year deal for operations off Norway with Aker BP, marking a significant step in expanding Noble's presence on the Norwegian continental shelf. The contract is valued at around $473 million, inclusive of a MOB fee. However, it excludes integrated services and bonus potential. The drilling contractor anticipates capital expenditure associated with reactivation and preparation activities to be around $160 million. The campaign is expected to commence in the second quarter of 2027. Ultra-deepwater drillship Noble Gerry de Souza was awarded a 2-year drilling contract with up to 3 years of optional extensions by an ExxonMobil affiliate. Subject to regulatory approvals and conditions, operations are targeted to begin mid-2026. This project is expected to add an estimated $292 million to Noble's backlog, resuming operations through its Nigerian joint venture with Derotech. Noble plans to upgrade the Gerry de Souza for managed pressure drilling ahead of this programme. The rig is currently stacked at Anchorage offshore Abidjan and last worked for Total Energies offshore Nigeria under a deal that ended in July last year. Ultra-deepwater drillship Noble Black Rhino was awarded a contract to undertake 1 workover well for Beacon Offshore Energy in the US Gulf, with work scheduled to commence in March this year, with an estimated duration of 50 days. The contract also includes an option for an additional well with an estimated duration of 100 days. The rig is currently stacked in the US Gulf after having completed its last job with the same operator in September last year. Noble confirmed the contract for deepwater semi-sub Noble Endeavour for 11 wells off South America. Although the operator has not been disclosed, it is understood to be Navitas Petroleum for its sea line development in the Falklands. The campaign is estimated to commence late this year at a rate of $300,000 per day, plus MOB and DMOB. The contract contains a performance-based provision to earn potential additional revenue. The rig last operated for Shell in the UK North Sea. However, she has been laid up in the Cromarty Firth since late June 2025. Spirit Energy took up its option to use harsh environment jackup WellSafe Protector to complete the abandonment of 2 subsea wells in the UK Southern North Sea. The rig has been laid up at Aberdeen South Harbour since the middle of December last year and is expected to mobilise in April this year. Noble Corporation received new backlog for ultra-deepwater semi-sub Noble Developer and adjusted the schedules for both Noble Developer and ultra-deepwater semi-sub Noble Discoverer. First off, Noble Developer, which is currently working off Suriname for Petronas, has been awarded a 3-well contract from BP for work off Trinidad and Tobago. The assignment has an estimated duration of 240 days, plus options for up to 3 additional wells over an estimated combined duration of 240 days, with the firm term expected to commence in the first quarter of 2027 at a day rate of $375,000. Noble Developer's current assignment with Petronas is now scheduled to run into June 2026, after which it will transit to Trinidad and Tobago for a previously confirmed charter with Shell that is slated to start in July and run for 180 days. The new award from BP keeps the rig busy into the third quarter of 2027, or potentially into the second quarter of 2028 if all of the options are exercised. Meanwhile, the previously announced contract for Noble Developer with Total Energies for the Grand Morgue project off Suriname has been transferred to Noble Discoverer, which is currently working off Colombia for Petrobras. The firm term with Petrobras is set to run into August this year. While the operator had previously had one more option available for 400 days, as reported by RigLogix on the 18th of November last year, the operator was understood to be leaning towards preferring a gap between its Colombian campaigns. The Total Energies charter will keep the rig booked into the fourth quarter of 2029, pending 4 one-well options across both Total Energies Suriname contracts, with the other contract being for ultra-deepwater drillship Noble Valiant. TAQA exercised the remaining option under its contract to use mid-water semi-sub Noble Patriot for an additional 1 well, meaning the rig will plug and abandon a total of 52 wells. This extension is estimated to last for 32 days and to begin in direct continuation, and currently projected to start in March of 2028. Meantime, the rig has free and clear availability thereafter. Equinor exercised a 1-year priced option for Seadrill ultra-deepwater drillship West Saturn for continued work off Brazil. The option adds $114 million to the contract backlog and will keep the rig working through October of 2027. West Saturn has been working with Equinor since October of 2022. And finally, Brazil's National Agency of Petroleum, Natural Gas and Biofuels, ANP, has approved the draft of the new version of the Permanent Production Sharing Offer tender, which has been updated with the inclusion of 17 exploratory blocks, adding to the 8 already in the current version, bringing the total count to 25 blocks. The next step will be forwarding the draft tender to the Ministry of Mines and Energy, MME, for consideration, followed by a public hearing by the ANP. After these steps and the final approval by the ANP and MME, the new version of the tender will be published, and companies registered in the Permanent Production Sharing Offer may submit a declaration of interest accompanied by a guarantee for 1 or more blocks, thus beginning another cycle. Of the total 25 blocks expected in the new draft tender, 9 have a favourable environmental viability opinion issued by the competent bodies. The other 16 blocks included in the draft are awaiting the issuance of the Joint Ministry of Environment and Climate Change Statement. ANP anticipates that this process will be completed before the public hearing. The new version of the tender includes updated technical and economic parameters for the blocks. The rules defined in the last version of the tender and the draft production sharing contracts are unchanged. That's it for this week. Many thanks for listening. Hope you find this of interest. If you'd like more information on RigLogix, please visit our website, www.westwoodenergy.com.